Izzy Brenzil, the freshman guard out of Welland, Ontario.
And assists with 2. She's doing it all so far. Brenzil already has 1 3-pointer, make it 2. Cannot leave Izzy Brenzil alone, especially from the top of the key.
Next man up here for Barry as Brenzil tries a 3 and connects.
The right wing finds Brenzil top of the key, tightly contested 3, and it's a rainbow shot. That's nothing but net.
Welcome back to another episode here on the Game Breakers podcast. I'm your host, Daniel Horowitz, joined alongside Kamani Phillips. And welcoming on the show today is the Buccaneers leader in scoring and points per game this season. You're second on the team in rebounds and assists, doing everything for the Bucs this year. Thank you, Izzy Brenzil, for joining us here today on the show.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
So, second semester here at Barry, freshman year. What has been your favorite part of not only the team so far, but just campus life so far here in Miami?
I'd say just being able to go anywhere I want to, go out for dinner, all the things. I mean, it's a lot different than Canada. I mean, it's never a dull moment. So I can kind of just, if I want to go do something, go, everything's 15 minutes away. So it's everything I can do is at my fingertips.
I was going to ask you the difference from growing up in Ontario to coming down here in South Florida. You also spent last year playing prep in South Florida. So what has been the main differences from Canada to here in Miami?
I mean, obviously the difference in the weather. I mean, obviously I like the warm weather and I just want to live in the warm weather. But I would definitely say for basketball-wise, the competition, I feel all the girls back home I kind of played with all my life. And so kind of just playing here, it's a whole new level of competition. I get to play against people that are stronger, better, just a different experience and something that I've always wanted to do since I was a child.
Is the game style different as well compared to Ontario?
I would say the girls here are, I would say through AAU and everything, I would say the girls are more physical and more stronger. They kind of they don't care. If they foul you, they don't really care. They're just all for the ball and that's what matters. But the girls I played with, I would say a lot of them have gone Division I. It's a what I played in the OSBA, it's a very, very high talent. So I feel if you play in a good one, I feel since I played in prep school and not high school, I was exposed to a really high level of basketball. So I was really happy.
What about the pacing? Is much faster here or it's kind of the same?
I would say it's kind of the same in a way. I mean, last year when I played in Florida, I played against JUCOs.
Yeah.
So I feel I kind of already got accustomed to what the pace was, you know? But yeah.
I'm bringing it back. You mentioned the weather. Does it annoy you at all when it's 65 degrees down here in Miami and we all have our winter gear on? I'm sure it gets a little colder down there in Canada.
Yeah, I look around and I'm man, I'd still be in my shorts and my t-shirt right now. I walked out the other day and I saw someone with a fur jacket on. I was like, it's not that bad.
A little dramatic. But
just a tad.
So last you played for DME Prep. What made that decision final to come here to Barry to start your collegiate career?
Well, it happened in June when I decided, I committed here. I came on my visit with, Coach Allison. None of the assistant coaches were, here yet or anything. And just to feel everything, obviously I wanted to come for, my academics and everything like that first. And I felt Miami because I want to be a sports reporter. And I feel there's endless opportunities in Miami, you know? It's not just a regular place. And then, I was looking at Division I's for, the whole time, and then only about 2 months before I committed, I started looking at Division IIs just because, of how everything was going with all my conversations, and then I decided to come here, and then, I'll see how it goes from here, play it out, and, eventually, my goal is to, play Division I, so, yeah.
So how did you start out with basketball as a main interest? Was that something pushed in your household early on in your childhood, or was basketball just something you picked up yourself?
Well, my sister did it, so I kind of was just used to going to her camps, her training since I was 4, and then I kind of I played different sports. I played soccer, basketball, endless amounts, basically everything. And then I started a little mini ballers camp when I was 4, and then it kind of just became something that
4 years old?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But your sister though, Alexis, she was a what is it called?
Heptathlete.
Yeah, something like that. Can you tell me more about that, and how did you like learn from her doing those type of different sports? 'Cause I know that you kind of cut on doing the same thing, doing
Yeah.
every other sport too.
Yeah, so I did basketball was like my childhood sport, and then I did track. I think I picked it up like when I was in my 6th grade, and then I did it because like obviously I went to the same club. I had like the same coach as her because she's like 8 years older than me, but I still had the same coach. And then I kind of just like followed in her footsteps, like basketball. She did basketball, I did it, track, and like I did kind of like the same events she did. And she does like she did 7 events, which I mean, it's a lot of events.
Yeah.
But that's kind of like what I wanted to do. And like when I came here for the track team, like that's my goal in the next few years is also to like do the heptathlete, and like that's a lot of loads. But I feel like it's really cool because not everyone can say like, oh, I'm doing 7 events. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
For sure.
So I feel like
Sounds like she was a big mentor for you. Who were some other big guiding factors in your life growing up and developing in the sport and also now?
I would definitely say, like, obviously my family. I mean, they were always there for me. Like, they always gave me opportunities. Like, they always helped me with providing me new ways. Like, when I didn't get a scholarship at the end of high school, they provided me a new way to go to the prep school in Florida. Like, that was a big one. And now, I mean, obviously it paid off. I have the scholarship I do here. And then, obviously, one of my, like, main mentors was when I was little. His name's Mihai. He was, like, a big person. Like, he traveled all over, trained all over. And, like, everyone thinks he's, like, so tough. But to me, he was, like a teddy bear, you know? But he, like, pushed you. But, yeah, he's been someone that's, like, always been there for me. Like, since I was 4, even to now, he'll still, like, check in with me. He helps me, like, when I go home for summer. He would train me and always wants, like, the best for me. So him, and then I would say, like, Coach Mike, he's another person that was, like, one of my long-term coaches. Just kind of everyone that's been, like, my coach along the way has added a part in, like, helping me develop my game and made me, like, stronger and, like, the player who I am today.
So you get to Barry this year. It's a very new team. Only 3 players on this year's team were returning from last year's roster. Also have a whole new coaching staff, new head coach, Allison Bustamante. What has been that adjustment period like, not only for you, but for the team as a whole?
I would say it's just kind of about the chemistry part. Like, everyone, because obviously as a whole new team, it's not always going to be, like, wins right at the start. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
build
obviously
the chemistry.
I would hope so, you know, but, like, it's obviously building blocks. And plus with, like, the few returners, like, only 1 senior too. So I would definitely say, and we have a lot of freshmen on the team too. So it's just about, like, everybody's first time, a lot of people playing in, like, college basketball or in overall playing in America. So I feel like at the beginning of the season, it was a big thing because people weren't used to, like, the different calls of, like, travels or things, like, different moves that they could do. But then overall, just, I think, especially now in our season, just we know that everyone has, like, a thing that they can bring to the team, a strength they can bring, but kind of just feeding off each other, not being selfish on the court, and, like, just we're working better to get, like, not a good shot, but, like, a great shot, and just overall get a W, you know?
And one thing I noticed about you in particular was you're probably the most vocal player on the team. How, as a freshman, have you had the confidence to come in and really lead the team in that aspect?
I feel like it's just been something, like, since I was little, like, on my teams, I feel like I kind of just fell into that role. I feel like it isn't really something that's like, oh, you're a leader, you're going to be a leader. It kind of just, like, falls upon you, like, I feel like I don't try to, like, demand other, like, my teammates and be like, go do this, go do this. I feel like it's just something that, like, I want to be a good teammate on and off the court. So I feel like if you have that type of character, people, like, follow. And I feel like I like all my teammates and I want the best for all of them. So I feel like if I'm not vocal and, like, help them in their best and worst moments, we're not going to get better as a team. So I just want the best for our team. So I feel like even though I'm a freshman, I'm still going to, like, fall into the role. Even if I'm not, like, captain, I'm still going to, like, take a leadership role.
Oh, that's a great mindset. But also with that, you came off the bench last game, right? I believe so. But for the most part, you're a regular starter, though.
Yeah.
So what was your thought process starting the season as a starter mostly? How much do you gain or trust a coach trusting you to come into the season as a freshman too with such a big responsibility?
Well, I feel like it was a big factor. Like, when I was committing here, I asked her, like, a lot of things of, like, oh, do you play man defense? Do you play zone defense? Like, how do you see me fitting into your program and, like, the impact I can make? Because obviously, like, I want to play, you know, and not everyone as a freshman gets to play in their minutes.
Yeah.
But I asked her, and she was like, obviously, the best way is you're going to earn your minutes by how you play in practice. And that's my biggest thing. And I feel like I feel like taking the role as a freshman is fine. Like if I come off the bench or I'm a starter, either way, I'm gonna provide to my team what I know I can give them. Like work my hardest and, trying to get more of those doubles out there. But yeah.
Does your mentality change at all, whether you're starting or coming off the bench, or is that the same mindset completely?
The same mindset, because at the end of the day, like if I'm doing what I know I can do on the court, the coach is gonna keep me in because I'm helping my team. Like. If they need me to come off the bench and they need someone else starting, then that's fine, Whatever my team needs to do, like whatever my coach thinks is best for our team to win, then I'm also going to, be with it.
Plus 10 chemistry.
So going back to the early season, I'm sure you remember you started the first 3 games, 4 for 29 shooting from the field.
Yeah.
But since that point, you've really turned it around, now shooting over 40% from the field, leading the team in three-point percentage as well for players with 20 or more attempts. So talk to me about that little rough stretch at the beginning of the season, but how are you able to so quickly correct the ship and gain that confidence back?
I'd say it's kind of just more of like a slow shooting rut, Obviously, it wasn't exactly what I wanted, and I feel like finishing around the net is something that always is really natural for me, but obviously I was having more of a rough start. And then kind of when we had the game at Embry-Riddle, I think I had my best like field goal day. I feel like I had like 7 layups. It was like I just saw the ball go in the net. Yeah. And I feel like once I started getting that rhythm and like after that game and past, like it's just been like an ongoing like rhythm, like and ones, and just like once you see that first layup go in, then like the threes go in and then the and ones go in. So now kind of just doing that and just getting in the gym on extra shots and just putting in the extra work, like besides practice.
Does any of it have to do with your shot diet, with the flip with your field goal percentages or at all, or just you're just missing some stuff you usually would make?
I feel like a lot of it's just missing things like I know I should like typically make. But also I like this season I feel like I've adjusted my game a bit more. Like typically like for like the 3 points I typically am like catch and shoot type of 3 person, but this year I've come off like more of the pick and roll. Yeah. And like I'm shooting more of those, and like I've like hit a lot of like those shots coming off of it and then like shooting it, and I feel really comfortable doing that now. So I feel like adding that into my game, and then also like I want to kind of add more of like a mid-range into my game too, because I feel like three levels that would be
that would be tough.
Yeah, that's interesting what you said about the shooting, because I noticed that as well, and we'll get into that. But first I want to get into the defense. I have some clips so far from this season. So one thing I noticed, defensive side of the ball, you guys run a lot of man-to-man coverage and a lot of switch-heavy defense as well, which sometimes gets you switched onto some of the bigger defenders on the opposing team. But like we see in these few clips, getting switched onto their 5 here, and good post denial, kind of fronting the big. And this happened a few times. This was the Ave Maria game, but also in the game against Lynn, you did this as well. Here's the second clip again, fronting the big and just denying the entry pass as a whole, which really disrupts the flow of their whole offense. So talk to me about the mentality. You're usually guarding other guards in the backcourt, but when you get switched on to a bigger player in the front court, how does that mentality switch?
Like, well, our philosophy for our team is like you always front the big. So I'm just thinking like, well, I don't want to get taken off too, if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, but just fighting for everything, because if I don't fight, then obviously they're bigger and stronger than me, and I'm not trying to go to the ground. So doing everything I can, hopefully like I can get a foul call from the ref of, maybe like they hook me or something like that. But just fighting for my life down there, because I don't want them to get any easy shots down there, because I mean, obviously it's a mismatch and they know that. So hopefully like I have trust in my teammates that they're going to be there for me to, get the steal. Hasn't
been too much of a mismatch this season though when that happens.
No, it's been easy.
I think in this last one you actually allowed the catch to the post, get switched off the back screen, but still able to get the stop. Yeah, allow the catch, but then the help comes. So defense, we'll get into the fun part now, which is the offense. And you mentioned the shooting ability.
Yeah.
This one's coming off the ball, like you said, coming off the ball screen. And I noticed that's been the theme this year a lot, is defenders go under the screen and you're able to shoot off the pick and roll. And then we'll get to the next clip, which is going to be off the ball. A good play off the inbounds pass and a back screen frees you up for a catch and shoot 3.
Yeah.
So you talked a little bit about it, but how big is that difference shooting off the ball versus on the ball, and which do you prefer?
I feel like I used to prefer just the catch and shoot, but now I kind of like coming off the ball screen because it's more of like a read and react. And I like when the players go under because like then I can shoot. But sometimes if they step up, like you can add like a little hezzy attack and then like, you know, like a throw out of bounds pass to my teammate. But I like coming off the screen because I feel like it's been like I've been able to open like my creativity a bit more and kind of just trying to see what the player does. It's more like I feel like has got my IQ higher too. Because the catch and shoots, you know, like
It's simple.
yeah, it's simple, and I feel like, you know, if at this level, like you should be able to catch the ball, shoot, and like on a high percentage, you should make it if you're open, you know. And I feel like coming off a dribble is not in everybody's bag too because you have to be able to like react really quickly, and I feel like that's a good thing. Like I'm glad that I added that to my bag this year.
Yeah. That last one, a tough shot, though, when you're coming from the baseline out because your momentum's taking you away from the basket. So you got to get on balance last second.
Yeah, I got to set those feet real quick.
And then we have one more jumper here coming off the screen. Again, defender goes under, and you're able to knock him down for 3. And then when you're shooting at such a high clip, it allows for this, a little hesitation move as she thinks you're going to shoot it again, and you're able to get downhill for the finish.
Yeah.
And then another big thing, attacking closeouts. Defender jumps out and you're able to get downhill, draw the help, and kick to the open person. So using that 3-point gravity, when defenders come up, you're able to attack those closeouts and get downhill. How has that been like this season, reading those situations?
I feel like it's been pretty good. I feel like since like I feel like I'm pretty quick, I feel like I have the advantage of I can get into the paint pretty easily, I feel like, to get past my defender. But obviously, like when you get there, like sometimes I'm going to draw like 2 or 3 defenders based on like just their defense or like how their scout is. So I feel like that's where I had to be able to like read the 45 cut or look for my open teammates because like I don't want to get that turnover either, but also getting down there, like you're not always going to have like an opportunity where it's your shot, but you have to be able to like be able to read the court. And sometimes you're driving in and it's like 3 people and like you're hoping that person stays where they are.
Split second, yeah.
Yeah, you're hoping. But yeah, I think it's been like a really great thing that I've added to my game.
So moving forward, the rest of this season and potentially the rest of your career here at Barry or somewhere else, what are you looking to get out of the rest of this season in terms of development, and what are you looking forward to most as you continue to progress in your collegiate career?
I would say development-wise, I want to add more of a floater and a mid-range to my game because like I can shoot the 3, I can attack to like the net both very easily, but I feel like being able to add the 3rd level of shooting the mid-range would make me even better of a threat because, you know, they play me up on a screen, I have that mid-range, or they give it to me either way, that's going to be really good. And then team-wise, I would say, I mean, obviously a goal is for us to make it to the playoffs right now and kind of like shock some people because right now we're not obviously like in the best standing, but I feel like that doesn't like represent what we are. So I feel like getting into the playoffs and, you know, getting some W's and, you know, going as far as we can that way. And then overall, you know, obviously in the playing career, get a championship, you know, win like regionals and all that type of things. But yeah.
And then you also have interest in broadcasting. We're both television and digital media majors like yourself. When did that interest come about, and is that something you want to pursue after your playing career is over?
I would say when I was like little, I kind of wanted to be like a meteorologist, which is
really?
like completely random. But I was like, oh, I want to be like a weather girl that's on the TV. And then obviously it transitioned into being like, I want to be a sports reporter. So kind of both want to be on TV. But I always found myself like commentating, and it's just something that I've just gravitated to. And that's why I love this program so much. Like I haven't taken all like the, you know, technical classes yet, but definitely like after like I want to start doing the internships, like going to my like 2nd, 3rd year, like to add like opportunities like to my portfolio. And then like I want to work in like the NBA and the NFL. So like, those are my 2 biggest ones. I feel like they're all, like obviously basketball, and then I feel like NFL is like a great opportunity for the field. But yeah, I feel like I want to continue it. Obviously, I want to have like great success, and obviously, like this is a great way, like the podcast and everything like this, and just all the mentors that are helping me, and you know, just creating like a good community.
Yeah, maybe you could use this if you're applying for a broadcasting gig in the future. But is this something you want to pursue right out of college, or do you want to maybe pursue professional basketball first?
I would say like I'm definitely open to the opportunity. I would like to say like playing overseas. I feel like that's a big thing. If I get that opportunity, like I would take that. I feel like that's a super cool thing. Like, you know, to play in Italy or Europe. Like I feel like that's something like a once in a lifetime opportunity. Like I'm not gonna turn that down, you know, because like to get paid playing overseas in basketball is something that I love, like my childhood sport. Like why not take the, you know, opportunity and see where it goes. And then obviously like with internships and adding like, oh, playing overseas, that also adds to like an opportunity when applying for jobs. Then being like, wow, you have that type of experience, like that also adds a lot. So definitely if I have the opportunity, play overseas, and then after that, I definitely want to like jump right into doing the sports broadcasting and all of that.
Since you're studying, you know, television, digital media as well, and you're also thinking about storytelling or reporting, does that change your mindset as a athlete as well? Wondering if, you know, student athletes should be portrayed or have more stories done on them, especially on the Division 2 level compared to Division 1?
I feel like everyone obviously has their own story that they want to tell, because obviously it's not an easy process, like to even get like a scholarship as an athlete, like at any type of level. Everyone has their own story of how they got there. It's obviously some people could be easy, but a lot of people have like their ups and downs. But I think it's important for everyone to share their story, because not everyone had the same pathway they got to where they got to. And I feel like being able to share it and show, like, give recognition to the people that helped you, like your mentors all your life, I feel like just giving back in general is like a best part. And I feel like everyone should be able to tell that.
I've got some rapid fire questions for you here.
Okay.
Almost done.
Okay.
First one is favorite pregame music.
Favorite pregame music? I would say probably right now, Shut It Down by Drake.
Okay.
I really like that one. So yeah, I'd say that one.
Are you a fan of the playlist we got at Barry? Pregame music?
You know, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. You know, some like odd ones, I'll be like, okay, but
that throws off the vibe.
Yeah, but it's like it's good for the most part.
Okay. Any hobbies outside of basketball?
Well, obviously I do track, but I would say, I mean, kind of basic, but I just love going to the beach here, and I like trying like new foods. I love going to restaurants. I feel like I kind of go to one like every single week here, which is a little crazy, but like I just like always see on TikTok, I see like a new one, like top 10 places to try in Miami, and I'm like going to Brickell.
You save it and then
I save it and then I go. Yeah, so yeah.
And dream vacation spot?
Ooh, Greece.
Greece?
Yes. Oh, I would love to go there.
That's a good one. I would definitely say somewhere in Europe too. If I like Italy.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, like eventually I want to go like backpacking. Like do like a month of backpacking Europe. I feel like that'd be really cool.
You mean like go around the whole?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
You know,
Yeah.
like why not? You're already
Yeah.
there, so like I might as well like do it in a one shot type of thing. You know?
Yeah.
Okay, last one. If the team had a 1v1 king of the court tournament, who's winning?
Well, me obviously. Come on now.
All right, who's coming in second then?
I would say, coming in second, I'd probably have to give it to Kendall, I would say. Yeah, I feel like she kind of gets some of those moves, you know, like the hesitation or the spin. I feel like she's
Crafty
able to like,
one-on-one moves.
yeah.
All right, I've got one more question for you here. If you could give any advice to younger athletes aspiring to get to your current position, what would that be?
I would say you're the only one that can paint your canvas. So meaning like you're the one that kind of chooses what way you want to go and how hard you want to work. And you just have to be able to keep pushing yourself. And no matter like you get pushback and setbacks in your life, it's there for a reason, and you just have to keep going. Like I've had multiple setbacks in my life, but it's only been there to progress me to like where I am today. And overall, I just think like what you want to do and how hard you want to work is going to be the true testament of how far you're going to get in life.
I have one last question. So, are you a Drake fan? Or
Yes, yeah.
I don't want to like stereotype kind of.
I don't know like all the albums, but like
Okay. You have a
decently.
favorite Drake song?
Favorite Drake song? I'd say, okay, these are really basic, but like,
Okay. I hope it's not like God's Plan or something like that.
I'd say probably like Trust Issues or
Trust
Teenage
Issues?
Fever. I
Okay,
feel like those
okay.
ones, those are basic, but like a good like in my car, you know, like kind of
Just
blasting
vibe,
music. Like it's a
midnight.
good vibe, yeah. You know, late night drive, but yeah.
All right, well, I don't want to hold you here too long. I know you got practice soon, so thank you so much for taking some time out of your day and coming on the show with us today. And can't wait to watch you continue to have success on the court this season.
Of course. Thank you guys for having me.
For sure.
And if you guys want to watch Izzy and the rest of the women's basketball team here at Barry take the court, go to sunshinestateconference.tv and click on the Buccaneers logo. From myself, Daniel Horowitz, and Kamani Phillips, want to keep these episodes coming out, so make sure to like and subscribe for more content. And Izzy, Daniel, Kamani signing out today. We'll see you guys in the next one.